Hey guys, you've seen Squid Games, right? This is a Squid game for business. So we've got red and green. If it's a good idea, bad idea. Okay, so let's get started.
This person wants to quit their job before testing the idea.
Ooh, this is a green-red. Sometimes to really have a shot at being success, you've got to be all in. So if you can live with your parents, green, do it. But then it's red if you've got 2 children at home and a mortgage and you need to fund your family. Find out first and foremost if it's proof of concept and then go for it.
They've already bought the domain name and trademark, but they have no customers.
Green. No customers means that you should be in the early stages of your business and you're actually now going to launch your business. But yes, the first thing you do in business is make sure you get the foundations right, which is very much the trademarks and those sort of things. So that's green. But if you come and tell me a year's time that you're still with no customers, then it's red.
They say their product is for everyone.
Dun dun. It's red. For you to be able to market effectively and communicate effectively to your customers, you have to have a target market. You have to have the person who is your customer. So for example, right, I drive a car, but I'm not a car enthusiast. Find out your business's target market, and it's not all people. It's just not. Even though smoothies, 80-year-olds and 2-year-olds have my smoothies, our target market is a 25-year-old woman.
The next one is they can explain the problem they're solving in one sentence.
I think the answer to that is green. If you can really crystallize what your problem is, that's brilliant. Because if you can communicate and understand it fully, then the consumer will too.
This person has started a business purely to make passive income.
Red and green. Everyone has their reasons to start a business. If you're doing it for passive income and you think you're going to grow a business into a large business that you can eventually sell off, then it's red. It means that you're not focusing on things that make it grow instead of green, which is the passive income, to just basically earn money to live.
Listened to feedback, pivoted and made their product better.
Green. If you at the end of the day are listening to feedback, particularly if that feedback's from your target market customer, and adjusting, then that's what you need to be doing. Now also, but don't get caught up in one person's feedback also. Just because one person thinks that is green instead of turquoise doesn't mean it actually is green or turquoise. So, with feedback, listen to it. Adjust if you think it will improve your business. Make sure you're not just always listening and adjusting, because what happens is it's an idea created by committee, which is a diluted idea.
Her colleague has sent a follow-up email titled "Just Circling Back" within 3 hours of their previously sent mail.
Red,
yeah.
But then I'm a bit of a green. It depends on the issue. If it's something that's really pressing and it's time sensitive, then absolutely keep sending those emails. I call it Woody Woodpecker. I've been known as Woody Woodpecker. But if it's something that it's a proposal or something that is not as urgent, then stop annoying them. I work all hours and that's what I choose to do. And so I always have at the bottom of my email that, hey guys, just because I'm sending it to you, I don't need a reply. I think we need to be really respectful that we don't know what else people have on their day. But absolutely, if it's urgent, Woody Woodpecker away.
I don't really do numbers, I just manifest success.
Yeah. Look, there's something in manifesting. Unfortunately, in business, it doesn't work as effectively. You need to understand your numbers, you need to understand your business, and you need to go hard.
This person has been rejected 47 times and is still pitching like it's day one.
Red. If you've pitched 47 times and you're pitching as if it's day one, that tells me you haven't changed it. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting a different outcome. So what in your pitch isn't working? What in your pitch is not resonating with the person you're pitching to? If you are pitching and not getting a response, adjust and keep adjusting until you get the response you need.
This person spends more time designing their logo than building their product.
Dun dun. Look, we all get caught up in the pretty pictures and the stuff that makes us excited, like the logo. But truly, if you want to have a business, you need to give all elements of your business equal focus and equal intensity. Have that logo, get it done, it's done and dusted, move on to the stuff that actually really matters, which is your business.
I've started my business small, scrappy, and profitable.
Yes, good job. Business, when you get things wrong, it costs money. So if you can be a bit scrappy and bootstrap it, at least you're learning about your business early before you're actually putting too much money into it. But that's how I did it. That's how a lot of people I know in business have done it. But profitable, that's great. It takes a long time sometimes to make a business profitable. So congratulations.
So this person has started their pitch with, I don't really need money, I just want exposure.
Right. Oh, look, at the end of the day, even myself, I never got into business just to make money. You cannot continue in business if you can't fund it. So there has to be an element of it that is actually really important. That is the financial side of it.
They just want to get influencers to post about it and they don't need a marketing plan.
Red. Influencers are an important part of marketing, as was TV, radio and magazines, in the 80s and 90s and 2000s. However, you need a full strategy. Marketing is about every element of your business. When you first call someone, how are they treated? What is the communication that you send out? What's on your email signature? That's really more about marketing than which influencer do I use.
They want to scale globally, but they haven't launched locally yet. They're already thinking about global.
Green? Look, if you're an international business, like my son's a YouTuber and 90% of his business is in US and UK. His type of business leans to that market. So you might have a business that is very much targeted at international. Now, I must say, rewind, 20 years, that's a different case because we didn't have that reach that we've got today. If you're a bricks and mortar or a business that you need to nurture on a day-to-day basis, then really understand your market locally, perfect it, make sure it's amazing, and then grow internationally.